in my heart. There was a special little pang in my heart when I got near that tower and I heard tap, 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 tap. I was like, no. You're dead in a few hundred years.
Lol.
Me help anytime. I know, buddy.
Alright, so
I
the
know.
stream is...
Yeah, now you understand the reactions from me and Sneaky.
Well, yeah, because I was just like, oh, it's a dead giant blacksmith. I guess that's kind of sad.
And then you meet him and like, he's one of the coolest guys ever.
Okay, your audio seems to be a-okay.
Especially because he sells green titanite way cheaper than anyone else I've found.
I know. You want any kind of Titanite? It's the go-to guy.
Alright, anyway, so we are fully, properly broadcasting. And it
I
looks
didn't
like the
consent to
stream
this.
is somewhat... See, this is beyond comprehension for me. I'm getting an unsteady 2,000 stream right now, right? But I stream like Heroes of the Storm or Dota or The Final Station, and it's like, yeah, 4,500, boom, done. I don't know.
Because apparently streaming a static, what is essentially a static image, is way harder.
Totally, don't you know?
Door is open. Fuck you, don't tell me how to play my game. Game. Oh god.
Indeed. Anyway, as I was saying, let us do our intro, and then we can begin, now that I'm done answering Calvin's questions.
Oh yeah, I should probably bring up the chat.
Yep.
Nah.
You can also access the chat now through your Twitch app thing that I made you download and install.
Will it let me look at it without having to watch the stream?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it even has separate rooms for when the stream's not online. And you can even watch the stream through the Twitch app.
Except,
I would
I think it's
hope
easier to
so.
just pop the chat out, but that's just me.
I'm just saying this is just it's basically
Yeah.
Discord merged with a Twitch chat.
Yeah.
And I would guess it's easier if people want to talk with other people in the community when the streamer isn't streaming.
I don't want to video call him.
Yes, video call me. Anyway, as I was saying.
No one needs to see that.
As I was saying, this is Fanfiction Tuesday, as hosted by SneakyDevil, joined by Max Force and Atin, where we go and look at shitty trash fanfiction and comment about how shitty and trash it is. Sometimes we stumble upon good fanfictions. Don't keep your hopes up.
If you say, we will then remark upon how not trash it is.
And wish we could continue reading it instead.
Which we do, typically on Fanfiction Tuesday.
It's a beautiful segue.
Yep, indeed. Anyway, so our first fanfiction of the day...
You realize that this is a Fanfiction Tuesday, though, right?
Yeah, I know.
Snakey, I thought you said you were doing the fanfiction streams in 540.
I believe I'm doing them in 720 right now.
Yeah, apparently doing it at 720 60 FPS for some reason.
I don't have the option to not do it at 60 FPS.
Glorious 60 FPS for a static image.
That's not gonna lie. I think it's great that we can apparently review fanfiction at 60 FPS.
Yeah, you gotta get all those frames. Got those glorious frames.
I'm pretty sure we could do 1 frame a second, and it would be fine.
Oh no, it wouldn't, because the audio is also captured.
Okay, yes,
at
the
60
audio
frames,
would be terrible, but
But anyway, yeah. So I've linked that out to you guys. I've linked it out to the fanfic. Fuck you, YouTube! I don't care about you.
Yeah, YouTube's
ooh, somebody needs to take a deep
I'm
breath.
sorry, we can't get your video output to proper levels. Well, you know what, YouTube? You can go blow a dick.
I don't need you.
Who is framing whom, indeed. Alright, anyway. This is going to be a Fairy Tail Ruby crossover, because we have not gotten into Fairy Tail yet.
I'm not up to date on Fairy Tail.
Okay,
was
you
part of my
don't
soul
need to
dying.
be. So the good thing about hi Xenon. The good thing about Fairy Tail fanfictions is that why on earth do you have a gray background? Oh, I switch it to night mode because it hurts my eyes. It's the contrast button.
Yeah.
It's easier for me to see white text than it is to see black text.
Sneaky's brain hates him and everything he stands for and has ever done.
Pretty much.
To be fair, most of his body hates him, and most human beings that he's encountered.
Pretty much, yeah. Thus, I've retreated to the internet. The good thing about Fairy Tail fanfiction is they typically never actually get anywhere near, like, the second arc, and they typically die by then.
Really?
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. It's mostly because Fairy Tail has worse power creep than Bleach. And has the same levels of power management as Pokemon the anime. In that the main characters are only as powerful as they need to be, and then they get beaten by a villain, and then they come back and through the power of friendship do a combo hyper punch a la fuck you too, Lightning! A la Naruto movies.
What's this about lightning?
Lightning's outside.
Oh, for a second I thought you were playing like Final Fantasy 13 or one of its
No,
offshoots.
there's a thunderstorm outside my house.
Like, that's weird. It's not a Final Fantasy night, which I'm pretty sure we all want to be done with.
Speaking of which,
but that's beside the point.
Let's see, what's the weather report for my area? There was a tornado warning earlier.
In Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah, Florida gets tornadoes occasionally.
I mean, sure,
Just
but then they
a
generally
riptide
turn
warning.
into water spouts.
Significant weather advisory. What the fuck does that even mean?
It
It
means
means
die.
fuck you. You're in the south now.
There's development of a funnel cloud for Eastern until 7:45 p.m. Thunderstorms with rotation capable of producing funnel clouds. What the fuck is a funnel cloud?
Sneaky, that's a tornado.
No,
A funnel cloud is
they are
what...
different. Because like I said, there was a tornado warning earlier.
A funnel cloud is what spawns tornadoes.
Okay, a funnel cloud is a funnel-shaped cloud capable of creating tornadoes or water spouts, but are not quite at the same level.
You're in for a bad time. And it could
No.
get worse.
No, it's not. You're in for... Funnel clouds are harmless up until they actually turn into one of those.
Yeah, no, this funnel cloud looks to be only going 15 miles per hour, so it's probably not going to be creating a tornado.
But then again, you are in Florida.
No, tornadoes can be as weak as, I think, 25 to 40.
By the way, I want to point out, 25 miles per hour can still wreck a goddamn house.
Oh, well, no
Well,
shit.
it's more of an inconvenience, but yeah.
A crappily produced house.
Which clearly Sneaky's is not crappily... I don't actually know.
We know nothing about where the man lives.
I could probably find it on
You
Google
wouldn't
Maps.
want the house... Yes. Wouldn't want my house to be blown away. Yeah, no, that would be bad. That would probably kill me and destroy my computer, which is worse.
But on the positive side, I bet we'd get crazy views for having you die live.
Yep, die
Oh.
live.
Huh.
I would be on R watch people die within the hour.
Absolutely. Well, now see, we'd have to make a new subreddit for you, r/listen to people die.
You're right.
You shadow.
Anyway, so back on track of fairy tale fanfictions. Yeah, no, the main problem with fairy tale fanfictions is that they try to introduce, like, I'm going to use Naruto section as a great example because they have a major problem. The crossovers with Naruto is typical ways Naruto comes in is either I've only seen one fanfiction do it well, and they went completely AU off track, like, canon, what's that? It's over there. We're not paying attention to that. We're over here.
We don't need canon.
To be fair, Fairy Tail's about the only universe where I'd accept people just going off the rails. First of all, because...
And I don't mean like they're ignoring canon in that, like, oh no, these events didn't happen. It's just the main character, Naruto, isn't anywhere near them.
Yeah.
And he's
Oh,
doing
like
his own
Naruto's
thing.
off. Naruto's off doing his own thing, and that's just a backstory. Okay.
Yeah, so the main story, the main canon story is just a backstory in the universe this guy has coming. But like I said, that's the only one I've seen, and I have not actually picked up the story in a while because he updates very slowly, and because it's such a significant AU, you forget what happened.
Follow.
Yeah, it's harder to follow. Doesn't make it any less, great, but for me, who reads dozens upon dozens of stories a week, it that much originality is something that needs to be taken in large doses and not over time.
Yeah.
But anyway, like I was saying, typically it's either Naruto gets introduced as, oh, he was fighting Madara or Obito and he gets kaplooped into Fairy Tail, and he has to find his way back home, but along the way he finds friends and loved ones that makes him want to stay there. Or, alternatively, it's Naruto is so old, he's now an eldritch god! And an
I always
immortal!
hate those ones. Like, those ones bother me because nothing we've ever seen about anything in the Naruto universe indicates that that's possible.
Yeah,
Like,
and then there's the third type. No, because typically people are like, oh, with all the six sage paths and the Kyuubi chakra, Naruto stopped aging and became immortal. Or, sealed all the beasts inside him and became the next Jubi, which stopped his aging. And, shit like that.
despite the fact that we've seen no indication of things like that, but sure.
Or the third one I've seen very prevalent is Naruto the Guardian Fox Spirit. Where apparently Naruto became Kurama / the Kyuubi at some point and just kind of chilled out in one area, and then Fairy Tail built their base around him. And we're like, he's our Guardian Fox Spirit that we pray to when times are tough. And it's typically like in that situation, he typically awakens when the Phantom Guild arc happens.
Oh yeah, that one. Yep. What about it? He shows up during that one.
Yeah, like they're about to shoot the giant laser, and then he's like, I'm gonna beat you because I'm a tailed beast now.
Yeah.
Our Guardian Fox Spirit. Well,
Oh, it's such a good start to the stream.
Guardian Fox Spirit.
I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of those ones out there.
Yeah, no, with the ways they go sometimes, you're not too far off. Harems are
Those people, man, they love their
stream
harems.
is indeed kill. Where were you when stream kill? Anyway, um, occasionally you do come across really shitty stories though that like could have been good, but then the author decided to go hyper harem. Like Egyptian God Phoenix. This dude used to write like 30k chapters every couple of
Oh,
days. And they were okay, except Naruto was like beyond godlike in power. Every single woman he came across, he ended up fucking and turning into another harem member. Every
ugh.
single woman.
Ugh.
And yeah, what the accent that I supposedly have probably does not help with my pronunciation of some words for you, Calvin.
That's because you're from Jersey.
And everyone from Jersey speaks perfect English, and everyone else is doing it wrong.
No.
I always knew it.
No. No, don't listen to him, Calvin. By the way, that's something some people just don't seem to know about America. We have lots of different accents all over the country. Because fuck you.
Yeah, the land this large.
You've got Boston, where they just leave vowels out. You've got Chicago, where every C is a hard C, regardless of what it actually is. You've
Uh,
got Jersey, which the less said, the better. You've got California, where every word takes 7 months to set, where every word is 7 months long. You've got the
all of the
South.
South.
You
Just
got
all of the South.
Canada, where you have A on the end of everything. New Yorkin. Yeah, I'm walking here.
The New Yorkian. Yes. Yes. New York.
Anyway, so let's actually get started with this story because the reason why I went into that large tirade because this is a badass godlike Natsu times female Zeref times harem. And that harem is probably going to be Team Ruby, being that they are on the characters list. Anyway, Reincarnation by Natsu v Kurosaki. I think we know what his preference
I want
is.
to kill this man.
I think we know what his preference is now. For over 10,000 years, Natsu's been alive, traveling, training, creating. During those years, he's lived in solitude and a rather boring life. But that was until he found an ancient book which granted his wish. Sort of. He was once Natsu Dragoneel, but now he is known as Natsu Dark.
Okay, so I just want to bring up some author information. I'm stealing Max's job.
Uh-huh.
So this guy joined 2 years ago. He's written 2 stories. He's 16, and he has over 1,000 favorites.
Yeah.
Probably because he's doing Fairy Tail.
He's writing for Fairy Tail, Ruby, and probably Bleach, right?
Those are the no. That's what
No.
I'm saying. He's written 2, one for Fairy Tail, one for Bleach, Ruby.
Well,
This is his
technically 2
second
for
story.
Fairy
He
Tail.
has a crossover of Fairy Tail Ruby.
Yeah.
So what is it?
What do
Did
you
he
mean,
write
what
2
is it?
Fairy Tail Bleach?
Yes.
Oh
2
no,
Fairy
so he's
Tales,
written
one
a
of which
Fairy
is a
Tail and he's
crossover.
written a Fairy Tail Bleach.
Ruby.
Sorry, yeah, Ruby.
Because I
I keep saying
and now
Bleach because the fucking Kurosaki in the name.
I know. M. Night Shyamalan could predict that plot twist. Well then. There's not a Nazi in that one. And that's perfectly fine. There's not a problem with it when you start writing the fan fictions or what time you start writing. Just saying, this guy's been here for 2 years. Well, first off, I do want to point out, so far at least, no grammatical problems in either of the stories. Significant grammatical problems.
So,
I mean.
Calvin, the problem that most people have, and that we kind of saw in your stories that you wrote about yourself as a Starfleet captain, is that unlike you, you're kind of just doing it for fun, while these people are kind of doing it. I'm assuming you're doing it for fun because you seem to be having fun talking about it and whatnot. But these kinds of authors kind of do it for like the power trip of imagining themselves in the MC's place and be like, oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna get that harem, gonna be the strongest man in the world. I'm gonna shoot lasers out of my asshole and jizz fountain of youth. You know. Exactly. Anyway, so let's get going. In a desolate part of the world, one Natsu Dragoneel was sitting down on a cliff, overlooking a massive body of water. Technically speaking, shouldn't that be a hyphen? Yeah, hyphen, right, Max? Should be a hyphen there because right now the way he's writing it, the first line, the way he's writing it, it means he's overlooking something, like ignoring it.
Not even a hyphen. That should just be one word.
Okay, yeah.
Hang on. Let me make sure. Look. Fail to notice or have a view from above. So yes, it should just be one word.
Okay, so it should be just one word.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, this has already made me annoyed. I just skipped ahead to the end of the first, I guess we'll call this a paragraph. This is unacceptable, and the author automatically fails because of this. Doesn't matter what else he does. On the report card, it's an F.
Oh, okay, good. Okay. Oh, I see. I was like, what is he talking about? Eyes immediately focus on bolded text. The sun shined above the dark forest. Why is there commas there? Max,
and yes, Calvin,
suffer with me.
It's shown.
No, it's not shown. It is the sun. Oh yeah,
above the dark
Yeah, the
forest.
sun's shown above the dark forest.
Yeah.
Don't you?
I will question you.
I mean,
yes, Calvin. On top of
hang on.
There's no reason for commas there. It would be the sun shone above the dark forest.
No, you can use the word shined, but that's a past participle.
Yeah.
So
no,
it's past tense versus present.
No, but it should have been something like the sun was shining, or like shine. While it is a word, is not.
Wait, those are interchangeable.
What?
Shined and shone?
Hang on a second. Give me a second here. Oh my god, shined and shone are actually interchangeable. They're just comparing side by side. They're both they are both past participles of shine. Are you kidding me, English language? This is inexcusable.
We learned in English today, boys!
Look at it. Tell me the English language is the greatest language with a straight face.
Okay,
American
well,
is the greatest language.
You know, we thought that too, Calvin. We thought that too.
Oh, what's that? You're all wrong. They can actually just be used interchangeably?
Yeah,
okay.
Today we learned.
Anyway.
Oh, Atin was so sure of himself.
Anyway.
And then the English language
were
said
sure
go.
of
Don't make me double question myself. I just lost that IQ. That is entirely possible. Should we start adding a disclaimer to our episodes? We are not responsible for any loss of IQ. Anyway, so but still, there shouldn't be commas there.
Yeah, those should not exist.
Yeah,
Those.
there shouldn't be commas there.
I mean, if you're
It
trying,
doesn't make sense. The sun shined, and behind the pinkette giving him an angelic look. Because that's what commas are supposed to mean. You should be able to take that comma stuff out, and it still makes sense as a sentence.
yeah.
And behind the pinkette giving him an almost angelic look. See, that's a very odd, awkward wording of a sentence.
Yeah.
It would be probably better said as the sun shone behind the pinkette, giving him almost an angelic look as he looked over the cliff, sitting at the edge of a massive body of water.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily like. It is important. If it is important that we know the forest is dark. Now, first of all, like, it's just like, I understand it's important to set up the fact that apparently the glow is making this person look angelic, but there are just better ways to phrase it. Like Sneaky was saying, like, it just comes out kind of awkward, really awkward. Because that's the other annoying thing about English. Even if you are technically correct, you can sound wrong, and that will be enough to annoy people.
My other favorite is blonde, and blonde with an E mean different things.
Yep.
It's just like, stop, cease.
English language, I was not in the mood for this today.
We all learn things today, boys. Natsu was looking at the worn out hyphen. I know there's a hyphen there, right? Yeah, not crazy.
On. Almost shed. What? What? That. There should be a comma there.
Where?
Okay, where you're looking at the shaggy wild long hair, right?
No, second line. Natsu was looking at the worn out book. There should be a hyphen between worn and out, right? I'm not crazy
Yes.
about that.
I'm pretty sure you're right. It should be a hyphen.
You are crazy.
No.
No.
Yes, he is. I have 2 tabs for Google to find this dedicated for this stream now.
Worn out can also be used as a compound participle adjective. Put on his worn out shoes, often unhyphenated.
Oh my
See
God,
example given by worn out is a participle is usually hyphenated if it is used before a noun.
Boom!
English.
Fuck yes! I was right!
Max, I'm just gonna send this. I'm just gonna leave that in recording.
I'm gonna go open a 3rd tab on a dictionary.com.
I was fucking right! Anyway.
Actually, no. See, here's the thing, Sneaky. You read the full thing in the recording.
I know, it can be...
Fuck English.
Yeah, it
So,
can also not be
so-
done. But it is typically used with a hyphen when before a noun.
Fuck you, English. Mistake.
Man, we're learning so much English today.
Yeah.
And we're not even through the first paragraph.
We're not even on the first fucking paragraph.
We've had 2 grammar lessons and we're not even at a paragraph 1.
Oh, okay. 10-inch pole. That's being generous.
Language was a mistake. Plain and simple. All of language was a mistake. We never should have left Latin.
we should have never left Latin. Yeah.
10-inch pole. That. I don't blame him though. I mean, isn't America one of like 3 countries that still uses the imperial system?
Yes.
Talk about that. Don't you mean the correct system, Max?
In fact, the other 2 countries that
you're
use
speaking
it, we
to a former
basically
engineer
enforced
student. Fuck off, you heathen.
Hey, at least we don't still use stones as a legitimate measurement like England does, Max. At least we drop stones.
That is fair.
The last time England did that.
England still uses
stones. It's still listed as a measurement for the English.
That
is not cool.
It is still a measurement. Yeah. Oh, how much do you weigh? Oh, about 5 stones.
Bearing in mind
that's so
stone,
fucking helpful.
Bearing in mind that a
5
stone.
How
The
big are
official
the
conversion-
stones? What kind of stone are we using?
No, Sneaky. Here's the thing. There's an official measurement for the stone. 1 stone is roughly equivalent to 14 pounds, last time I checked.
Then why don't they use pounds?
It sounds fancier when they say I'm 5 stone.
No, it makes them sound fucking retarded. That's what it makes them sound like.
I mean, I agree with you, but apparently that's the reasoning. I don't know, man.
Anyway, yes, no, I am irate as well with the shaggy/wild long hair. Fluttered as the wind blew, crimson eyes observing the texture of the book in his hands. Is this getting sexual?
I mean...
Natsu's hair looks exactly like the same as the picture above. Anally fuck yourself, author, for that.
Well,
Nope,
first off,
don't
author,
do that.
you already described to us his hair. Second of all, if you were going to put that, you should put it right after the shaggy/wild. And third of all, you're a bad author.
Yes. Indeed.
You should feel ashamed.
All the while donning his deceased older brother attire.
Wait, because this is beautiful thing about the English language. Because he forgot an apostrophe S.
Yeah. So
This means
wait.
that he has clothing specifically to look like a deceased older brother.
He always sounds like that when he's Shatnering. Anyway, as I was saying, because I'm kind of confused because right now he's standing on the cliff, right? Looking down at this book in his hands, right? And he said hands, not hand, which means he's holding the book with both hands, right?
Indeed.
Wow, all the while donning, as in putting on, his deceased older brother attire, which means he is currently naked with a book in both hands at the edge of a cliff, somehow putting on clothes that look like a deceased older brother.
That all because he forgot an apostrophe S.
Also forgot to say that he put down the book or something.
I mean,
Because,
yeah, that too.
But
again,
alternatively, he could have just said he donned his deceased older brother's attire. He didn't, by saying all the while, which means doing simultaneously.
Yeah.
So
No, sure,
even if he put the apostrophe S in there, he's still naked at the side of a cliff with a book in both hands. That clothes are somehow slithering up his body and attaching themselves to him.
Yes, that is indeed a problem.
Anyway. Which included a high-collared silk black robes. Multiple robes. So he's wearing multiple robes.
No, he's not wearing them. He's putting on multiple robes.
Yes, you're right. He's putting on multiple robes with high black collars, because you can't just have one. And with golden
it's
trimmings.
like, hey, listen, Sneaky, if Final Fantasy has taught me anything, it's that you can, in fact, make an outfit out of nothing but belts.
A silver pendant with a picture of an older Xerath and a younger version of himself. A white toga was draped around his torso. Then it's not a toga.
Sure it is.
Reminds me of the transformation of Spoonie to Crazy Spoonie in Kick-Assia. Alright, I don't know what those words mean, but I'll assume you know what you're talking about. The Pinkette also... Oh, and Natsu... were we talking about someone else wearing different clothes? And Natsu wore black leather boots. So either... So... Okay. So he has black leather boots on. He's naked at the edge of a cliff, looking at a book in both of his hands, while multiple robes of high-collared black silk with gold trimmings, a white toga, and a pendant slither up his body and attach themselves to him. And this somehow makes him look like a deceased older brother.
Oh, by the way, guys, it's time for our third grammar lesson of the day. The word trademark. Because I thought, I said, wait a minute, he's wrong. Trademark is one word. No. Trade space mark is the British spelling. Trade no space mark is the American spelling, and trade hyphen mark is the spelling in Canada.
America, why?
America, stop. Britain, no, Britain, stop!
Don't forget Britain. Here's the thing.
Canada, you're high,
does it
you're
differently
close,
too.
but you're high.
So there you go. Third grammar lesson of the day.
Anyway, yep, moving on. I don't know what the fuck's going on in our chat, but I'm moving on. The Pinkette also had his trademark white dragon scale scarf wrapped around his neck. This is it. After today, I'm finally going to be free.
Oh, well, I read ahead by 3 sentences, and I'm violently annoyed.
Natsu had a sad smile on his face as he gently whispered to the book in his hands, fearing that this might be a dream. What?
Why is he talking to a book? That doesn't seem healthy.
For over 10,000 years, he had been watching as humans began to forget magic, as they made technology their main focus in understanding. To be fair, if magic produces people like guild arts, then I would be willing to forget it too.
But on the other hand, it lets people hold fire in their hands and summon creatures from other dimensions and pull guns out of hammer space.
Yeah, I'm looking at this from a security perspective, and all I'm seeing is an absolute nightmare.
But here's the thing, Sneaky.
And collateral
sure,
damage. An absurd
I can understand
level of collateral
forgetting
damage.
most of it, but you can't tell me that people would willingly say, alright, we'll forget all the useful aspects of magics to prevent another crazy... they'd be like, alright, we're gonna forget all the magic, except pulling guns out of hammer space. We're keeping that.
That's still bad!
That's what I'm saying, though. Somewhere somewhat people would not just be like, no, yeah, we'll just all forget that. Like, it would take an incredibly massive campaign, especially given
Well,
the fact
not
that as
really.
we've
I mean,
seen,
if you take in, because he's clearly leading up to Ruby, I guess. Yeah,
I
no,
mean, yeah,
he's
obviously.
obviously leading up to Ruby. So you have a civilization, right? A small percentage of those people can even become mages. Even smaller percentage actually become mages, right? And so the knowledge of magic is kept with just those people, and in certain locations, like the Grand Library or whatever the fuck it was called, right?
Yeah. To be
And
fair, I
so
don't
the
think it's
Grimm
that
come
small
along.
percentage, but yeah.
Well, no, it was like 1% or 10% or something like that. Like, it was an absurdly small percentage.
Okay, well, hold up a sec. There's quite a difference between 1 and 10%, Sneaky.
Yeah, I know. I was highballing it. But even still, like, it's a very small percentage of people that actually become mages.
Yeah, fair
And
enough.
so, a cataclysmic event happens, and, the main cities are the biggest targets for misfortune and shit, and with all the property damage and shit that mages cause, like, that would be the most likely places to be hit first.
True, but on the flip side, being able to have a guy walk down the street incinerating all of them, or just say, alright, you caused $10,000 worth of property damage. Get out there and kill every single Grimm within a 20-mile radius.
That is true as well, though. But I mean, you got to keep in mind, Guildarts can only be in so many places at the same time, and even he has to eat, and sleep.
Right, but I'm just saying that as far as advantages go, the Grimm showing up would be more of a reason to put up with the mages, not less.
Oh no, certainly yes, but that's still the problem's still there though. Is you have bad mages going around attacking cities. You have good mages trying to fight them off. You have massive collateral damage and misfortune befalling everyone who isn't a mage. And now suddenly the Grimm are here, fucking up towns and shit. And mages are slowly getting killed off because some of them get surprised, some of them aren't equipped to fight Grimm, some of them,
I
were
hear you.
overconfident, etc., etc.
But bear in mind,
And
there's
you're
a
gonna
difference between
lose mages over time no matter what. And it
absolutely.
was a civilization, as it was described, a civilization-ending cataclysm that dropped humanity to basically the Dark Ages before they found dust and rose back up. Right,
I believe you're correct.
Max?
I'm sorry. I'm lamenting Persona 5 and its lack of restoration items.
Alright, well,
I'm gonna put the game down now because that dungeon just kicked my ass, and I kind of don't want to look at it
yeah,
after
thank
that.
you. I appreciate you doing that.
Yeah.
Joining us for this stream that you're on.
Sneaky, I don't want to hear it. I really don't. After all the shit I put up with over the last 3 years of trying to write stories with you, I don't want to hear it.
Well, you're the one that volunteered your time to be here today.
I know, as a consultant.
Let's just refocus on the
So
terrible.
anyway, as I was saying, his premise is valid. People can forget magic, especially if this was a civilization-ending event that occurred.
Yeah.
As they made blah blah blah, the planet he once fought to protect lost its once glorious name. It became a remnant of what it used to be, and ironically, that's what the planet now is called. Remnant.
Plant.
Plant. It is indeed plant. That is what the plant is called. We're on a tree. The world is flat.
I mean, it would be the first time that an anime is taking place entirely on a world tree.
This is true.
Plant
Natsu's
is now
cursed with
called Remnant.
immortality after defeating and subsequently losing his friend's family, including the celestial realm, to the god. Wait,
What?
hold up a minute.
The
way
ancient
this sentence is
Aetherius
reading-
received something akin to his brother's curse as the god's parting gift for freeing said older brother from the torture he had to endure for over 4 centuries. Natsu, over
Okay.
time, knew exactly why Zeref began to create the Aetherius, other than to kill him.
That's this entire paragraph is pain.
Uh-huh.
Zeref had created the Aetherius to escape the constant isolation he felt from human civilization. They were meant to be his friends in his loneliest hour. And just like Zeref, Natsu created a species that was meant to do everything in their power to either destroy him or keep him company. Hell, for that exact reason, he took a large chunk of the moon, which held a lot of celestial power, and put it into his creations.
Well, at least he's trying to explain the destroyed moon, although that's awfully irresponsible of him to take part of the moon.
I mean, he did originally try to punch the moon. If you harken back to early fairy tale days.
I'm aware. I'd also like to point out, how is he supposed to grab pieces of the moon? But we'll leave that aside.
Uh,
Well, I mean, he's a god now, so fuck it. But alas, his experiment failed, and the creatures he created were mindless.
Oh, is he the reason that the Grimm are here? Oh
Yep.
my god.
Oh, I'm calling it now. I have not looked ahead. I'm calling it now. Female Zeref is Salem.
Probably.
And he's gonna fuck her.
I mean, that we already know that's
we already
gonna
knew
happen.
that, but yeah.
Yes, Calvin punching the moon.
Punching the moon indeed. Because his fist is the fist that drills the heavens.
Freaking apparently.
Natsu
Would you say his
figured
fist
out.
is the fist of the North Star?
Indeed. He expected them to be powerful, stronger than the Aetherius, but sadly, it didn't work. It was only a false hope that he had. The younger is creations, the weaker they are. What? The younger his creations were, the weaker they are?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I can
That's
parse
still
the statement,
really awkward.
but
Natsu figured that out after a week of waiting. When creating his children from celestial powers, negative emotions, dark magic, his blood, animals, and the DNA from long-dead dragons and other mythical creatures.
author, you don't get to just say other mythical creatures.
He hadn't factored into the fact that all of that power would need time, lots and lots of time to evolve. For that mistake he paid dearly because his children began to attack humans. Natsu could have stopped them, killed them, but out of the desire for his death and the resentment at the humans for not remembering Earthland's history, he let his creation, the Grimm, consume human lives.
Hold up! Hold up!
To near extinction.
Natsu.
Yes.
The guy who has a heart that bleeds so much, he will literally get himself killed to help random strangers.
Indeed.
yep.
Was so mad at the human race for forgetting history that he had such a character change, he lets them get almost wiped out to the point of extinction.
Yes.
Seems perfectly in character.
Yep, absolutely.
Obviously.
10 out of 10. But it wasn't until a millennia ago he let go of his anger and gave the humans a power. And gave them a power. Oh boy.
I like
That allowed them to fight on equal footing against the Grimm. He gave/unlocked their aura/key/chakra.
I hoped you were kidding. I really hoped you were kidding.
Take your pick, them mean the same thing. Life and spiritual power. That is not the proper place to use a semicolon, sir.
Also,
A semicolon indicates a related but different sentence.
The author has now failed twice. The author has a double F on this report card.
Triple F.
It is the opposite of the Japanese RPG ranking system. This is triple failure. Like, no. You haven't done the best possible, or done that gets you triple S. No,
I
this
wonder
is
if there's
triple
a
F.
game. I wonder if there's a game that's used to triple F. I feel like if there was, it would be the Devil May Cry series.
It's possible.
I mean, I don't think Devil May Cry would be shy about saying, "Man, you really suck."
He could
You
have given them
are
and taught
shit,
them
man.
magic. But
No,
at that
lowest is a
time,
D.
there
Boo.
was no one that had a large magic container. Each and every single human had the magic reserves of a newborn child, so aura was humanity's greatest chance at survival. Aura/ki/chakra had been utilized by the Dragneel clan since the birth of civilization. Am I unaware of something? Was Natsu suddenly the like it? Was this like a later development that Zareth and Natsu are brothers?
Not to my knowledge, but I could be wrong.
Zareth and Natsu are brothers. Zareth Dragneel on the wiki.
Well, there's a reason I stopped watching the show.
He wears a pendant where he keeps a childhood picture of Natsu and himself.
Hmm.
When angered, Zareth's irises become red and gain a black ring around the pupil, giving him a menacing appearance.
This is the same Zareth that was like, oh, this guy fucks shit up and is tied
Yes,
to the Black
this
Dragon.
is the super evil Zareth that basically was the like the early arcs of Fairy Tail were all about these various people that were like worshipping Zareth for his evilness.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was the one who created like the demon flute that could kill people that listened to it.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I do remember that.
and then like the tower arc, that was a sacrifice, a tribute to Zareth. You know, like he wasn't directly involved with all this evil shit. He just happened to be like related to it in one way or another.
Yeah.
Wait, how is this author? How does that work? Zareth is confirmed to be.
Yeah, Zareth is Natsu's older brother.
Yeah, and Zareth is what, like 400 plus years old, confirmed to be 400 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Natsu's what, maybe late 20s?
Actually, I'll check the wiki right now.
I'm looking at the wiki. It doesn't have his age for some reason. But
Yeah.
Zareth's age, we do know Zareth's age. It's been stated at least 2 times. How does this work? Is there time travel going on again? Is that what's going on?
They've got to be more time travel.
Natsu was also among the 5 Dragon Slayers sent to the future. The time travel plot.
I mean, maybe.
Fairy Tail is a time travel plot. Are you?
Is
Oh,
it?
you
Is
didn't know?
that actually
You
true?
didn't know it had one. Yeah, no. It there's one where
Well,
they're
I
all
mean,
on this
I know they got
island.
trapped in that bubble and they were like gone for 10 years, so they could
Yeah.
like
No,
age all the
no.
kids up and shit.
The 5 Dragon Slayers that we know of, the 5 original Dragon Slayers, Natsu,
Yeah,
and
Gajeel, yeah.
sent to the future from 400 years in the past. That's how Zareth is his older brother.
Oh.
Natsu is 400 plus years old. Thanks
Oh.
Why?
Okay.
Wait, now I'm really
Why?
confused. Why are they fucking?
Wait, what's
We don't
what's
know
going
that's
on?
gonna happen.
Yes, we do.
Time travel, therefore Daleks. At this
X.
point, yes.
Wait, badass god like Natsu cross Femzer. Dude, it's still incest. Oh my god.
I don't know where the... Okay, so the authors already established that Zareth is male in this. So I am... And God, apparently. So I am really confused, because he said he freed Zareth from his immortality, and now he's immortal as a penalty.
And then Femzer comes on stage.
I don't know where Fem Zareth is coming from, because apparently Zareth is both an older brother and now dead. So where Fem Zareth is suddenly starting to fuck him, I am
Guys,
really
we're an hour
confused.
into we're almost an hour into the stream. Can we get away from this story?
No,
This
we
is
are.
really
We must see
We are
this
in-
through to the end of chapter 1.
We are invested now, Max.
No, Calvin, it is not turning into yaoi. It's turning into some sort of clone-based time travel incest parallel reality sex.
Okay, I'm just gonna go do a quick word count on this then. Since apparently we have to suffer through this.
Anyway. Had been utilized by the Dragneel clan since the birth of
5,000 words.
civilization. Every human had access to that power. Zareth had unlocked his before their battle with Ankh-Saram, and over the time he found out about a manifestation of the power. Semblance. Again, that's not semicolon. That is a colon.
Oh, thank Christ. The Diva Quest has finally been patched into the game, so we can do that tomorrow, I guess.
I got D&D tomorrow.
I mean, we can do it, not at nighttime.
I mean, can Mac? That's not important right now. Let's finish this. We'll talk about that later.
And Natsu's semblance gave him the ability of absolute adaptability. Well, I mean, honestly, I want to be angry about this, but I can't, because literally it's canon for Natsu to be... No matter what situation he's in, he's going to come up with some new fire punch kick, eating something that modifies his fire/punch kick into however he wins.
You know,
I was going to say, don't forget the part where he went and literally ate fire that he shouldn't have been able to eat that should have killed him instantly.
Yeah.
The Godslayer fire?
Yeah.
It's like, this is fire beyond Dragon Slayer. This is God-slaying fire magic. It will destroy you. I'm gonna eat this.
Natsu, that's a bad idea. No,
Please,
fuck you, I'm
please.
doing it.
Tries to eat
Natsu,
it once.
why?
Oh, this was a terrible idea. That almost killed me. I bet if I eat it again, it'll go down easier. No!
You know, I will give Natsu this. I like the consistency in his character in that when he wins, it's through sheer stubbornness of stupidity. Not even spite.
Yeah.
Just
stupid.
stubborn stupidity.
And friendship powers. Can't forget the friendship powers of believing in me.
That was like
yes.
that was also like 3 fights.
Max, don't forget the one where he ate the flames of guilt to take on the sin of another person to relieve them of the burden.
Oh yes.
I don't think
something like that.
I don't think I ever got to that point in the anime. In fact, I think I stopped watching shortly after the dragons wrecked shit.
No, Max, this was well before the dragons.
I don't even remember that part.
It was in the tower.
So now I'm having a... Oh, I remember that, by the way, yeah.
I don't remember that. I remember him just eating raw magic and very much regretting it afterwards.
I mean,
that was also a
that
thing.
was part of it. But
yeah. Oh yes. So since you're not aware, Calvin, in Fairy Tail, dragon slayers are a special people who were trained by dragons of an element, and the element they were trained by, they are capable of consuming as if it was food.
Yeah, and they can thus turn it into extra energy.
So when Air Dragon Slayer consumes air, A steel dragon slayer consumes
Alright,
steel.
can we just talk about how bullshit that is, by the way? I'm an air dragon. Oh god, you are by definition the most powerful one.
Good thing it's mostly used for healing.
Oh.
I don't know. Roar of the Wind Dragon is still pretty fucking terrifying when it can theoretically go on forever.
I mean,
Yes,
yes.
the fucking deed.
Although my personal favorite is just the steel dragon set, because like imagine if you just kept it quiet that part of your
Yeah.
power set was being able to eat steel. You just seem like the most insane / crazy badass to ever walk the face of the earth. Walk in there.
Yeah.
and be
Eat a
like,
bowl of rusty nails for breakfast. Oh man, that guy's tough.
I will say though, like, Fairy Tail might be my favorite anime where power creep is there because it's the only one I can think of where we see two examples of the highest you can go power
Oh,
wise.
that's true, yeah.
And that's Guild Arts
And Zeref.
and Zeref with Agnologia. Like, these are your capstones. This is as high as you can theoretically go. If you get this high, congratulations.
That's it.
You
Reached
win.
The top.
You've won Fairy Tail.
Yeah. As far the water dragon could drown because they wouldn't be able to breathe. The water dragon slayers could drown because like. You
No,
can't
as far as
eat
I
all
was
the
aware,
water.
they could eat the water.
Is there even wait, is there a water dragon slayer that's been introduced? I mean, theoretically,
I don't know
yeah,
if
there
there
should
is.
be one.
But here's the thing. Yes, you could continue to eat the water, but the problem with that is at some point you still have to get oxygen, which you won't be getting from the water.
Unless
is
part of their
there-
power set, though, and being a water dragon slayer, is being able to breathe in water.
And it's kind of a tricky question because, like, Natsu as a fire dragon slayer can't be hurt by fire unless it's like super
Okay,
fire.
Yeah.
no, wait. Oh, this is the fan and guys literally just took Noelle and turned her into a fairy tale character. Fuck off. Okay,
Anyway,
there doesn't appear to actually be a water dragon slayer,
Mhm.
and yet we found a way to make a shadow in white. Really?
A white dragon slayer.
yep.
Is see part of the 1488.
Oh my god. I know you're laughing, but you know who it is too.
I
God.
do or you do?
You should know who he is. He's the guy that can shoot lasers. Also voiced by Michael Rage Quit Jones. I was surprised at how well his voice fit.
Well, I mean, yes, Calvin. When you water consists of 2 oxygen molecules, but you can still drown in water. Like, just because someone starts drinking a bunch of water in the lake doesn't mean they'll stop
Okay.
drowning.
First
But yeah,
generation.
I mean,
All right, we have 2 unknowns.
maybe.
There is. Wait, what? God, Serena.
Anyway,
Oh, I'm sorry. There was just a second generation Dragon Slayer who had like I'm sorry. He had 8 magic. He had 8 Dragon Slayer magics, 4 of which are unnamed.
What? Okay, so wait. We have the first generation, which were those trained by the dragons.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
have the
and
third
2
generation,
that we
which
don't
was
know
made by
about yet.
shoving magic stones into them.
Yeah.
No, the second generation was done by shoving magic stones and
That's right.
Laxtus and Eric. And then there was another second generation that named God Serena, who just has 8 Dragon Slayer magics. Sir, how are you alive?
Yeah. Anyway, so back to the story. Because
Okay,
we
no.
we've
8
clearly
different-
demonstrated that Fairy Tail is bullshit.
Shit, man! He just
While
went through the
his
surgery
power-
to have 8 lacrima. What the fuck?
Yes. Natsu, while his power may seem underwhelming, not really. But in reality, it was easily the strongest semblance in the history.
Oh, you mean the semblance of adaptability?
In
what it
history,
was,
or the history of man, or the history of Remnant? You said the, so which means you're talking about a specific history instead of just in general. The only one following its power was the very first person who had the aura unlocked. Again, should be a colon, not semicolon. Joan of Arc, or Jeanne d'Arc.
We're done here.
Are we leaving a review and getting the fuck out?
Jesus fucking Christ. We are not even 25% into this story.
It is hyper skim mode time, Sneaky.
Oh, God, yeah. Okay. Joan, but lots of emotions, was smile wilder, absolute will allow Joan to control everything about everyone and everyone, but thanks to her semblance, Natsu could adapt to her will whenever they were sparring. What kind of fucking soul expression is that?
Being able to just control everything.
Literal God. Ah yes, my soul expression is literally God.
I mean, if it was someone like I'm trying to think, what's his face? Fate Stay.
Mm,
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I can't remember his name. Annoying blonde man.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Whose power is essentially cheating.
Is it Gilgamesh?
Yeah, Gilgamesh. That's what I meant. Like, I could understand
It's
if
my
it was
favorite
Gilgamesh.
thing.
That would actually make
Annoying blind man whose powers is literally cheating. Gilgamesh?
Even I know about Gilgamesh. I'm not gonna lie. I love how they use Gilgamesh in Japan uses him in media. He just cheats. Cause fuck you, he was that awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like here's the thing. Like if it was him, he's arrogant enough that would totally be his soul's expression.
God, you're completely right.
Like he's that arrogant of a bastard.
Indeed. No, this is not a Fairy Tale 100 Years War fic. This is a Fairy Tale Ruby fic.
We wish it was the 100 Years War. Then some of this idiocy might make sense.
Indeed. Natsu Semla, blah, blah, blah. Natsu spent 2 years with the Arcs, lonely existence, found a home of Joan, blah, blah, blah. 9,000 years. All the rest of the world had known him as Monty Ohm and treated him like a god.
Please excuse me while parts of my soul die. See, like, I'm sure this author thinks that he's like, oh, I'm honoring his memory. No, you're being really fucking creepy.
Nah, I'm done.
Really? That's what killed it for you?
Yep.
The deranged hero worship?
Yeah, no. Using someone's using a real person in your fucking power fantasy. Yeah, no, that's what killed it for me.
I mean, I can't blame you, but... Eesh.
Well, the thing about that is it's a very common thing in same to Calvin. It's common in the Ruby fandom for people to use Monty's last name generally, not Monty's first name.
Yeah, Like, sometimes they'll use the last name, and usually they'll use it as a curse, which is still weird as hell, but...
Yeah, but it's going in the whole, like, if Remnant had a god, it would be some form of Montione.
Like, it's still creepy, but at least it's explainable. This is just creepy as hell. That's a name that screams God. Monty. Yeah.
Both Natsu and Zeref have been reincarnated into 2 different families, so I can have Natsu X Zeref. No, man, that's still not cool.
Like, seriously, does this
Your
crack parent even have a ship name? But to be honest, leave out the profanity. You don't want to get yourself reported. But to be honest, I still would have had Natsu, regardless of their blood relationship and whatnot.
Why am I so far behind?
No. I scrolled down to the bottom.
Yeah, I'm at the bottom.
Max, we just skipped it and said fucking went straight to the author's note.
No, I'm talking
Part
about
of
why am I so
Natsu's
far behind
harem
on the
is
stream?
Pyrrha, Raven, and Joan.
I'm pretty sure Joanne is now his twin sister, so, or at least his sister based on what little I read.
I cannot be from the fairy tale universe. Honestly, I've already reincarnated 3 good guys and 2 evil guys, so please don't make me Please don't make me overuse the reincarnation card. Overuse of the reincarnation card is like
Overuse of the reincarnation card is using the reincarnation card. There is like almost no instances where I'm like, yeah, reincarnation is cool for fanfiction. Like I said, I am following a couple stories that use it, but they use it tactfully and tastefully. And don't just spam it like everyone's reincarnated as other characters, and they all know each other. Yeah, don't worry. You're not the only one who doesn't understand incest as an obsession among fanfic authors. B. That is not how you use a goddamn semicolon.
Oh, Billy dude. Cool down on the cussing. That is a reportable offense.
I only said fuck once. Twice.
Twice. Goddamn is also considered a cuss word. Well, damn is at
those
least.
people can go fuck themselves.
Okay,
Wasn't
it's
that
your
the
account on the
concept
line.
of Sailor Moon? Reincarnation? Yeah, but that was an original work. Like I said, I hate reincarnation being used in fan fiction because they never do it anywhere right. It's always like, oh, they were super powerful and then they reincarnated and so did everyone else. And now all the main characters of this series are just the main characters of the previous series and they all act like the previous series characters, but at the same time they're the main characters of this new series. And I've never seen that done right.
You know, the best way to use a reincarnation story is to either do it with just one character who holds memories, or those memories sometimes flash up.
Okay,
They
my
just
internet
right,
died.
like
I'm
they
back.
don't have their entire experience to go on. It is, I got a memory and that's it. Even
Like
using it,
the
even
most
using it as a
recent.
plot device, like a
Yeah.
Deus Ex Machina. Oh, solve this situation because I was in it once before.
Yeah.
Somehow, where did that come from?
Yeah,
What
no,
I missed.
I'm one of the stories, the most recent one that's updating quite often, Root of Darkness. The guy reincarnates from our world into the Naruto world, and you know, As a baby, he's like, oh yeah, Naruto, I'm gonna make all these plans and do all this stuff. But as he's growing up, he forgets about this shit because it's not immediately important. And so
Yep.
Hey, can you
he
guys
gets
hear me?
yeah, we can hear you. So he gets
Okay, I
older
just
and
need to make
older.
sure.
Yeah, okay. He gets older and older, right? And once he gets to finally be a ninja, he's like, shit. Why do I get a bad feeling? Why do I know that name? Why that description sounds familiar and shit like that? Like he he knows there's something going on with whatever he's just heard or seen or etc. But he can't pinpoint it anymore because it's been so long.
Yeah. So what did I miss while my
Us just
internet
talking about
died?
how reincarnation's a lame and silly thing to do.
Yeah. The only time
For
I
fan
didn't
fiction. For fan fiction.
yeah, I was just gonna say the only time in any published work that I didn't hate reincarnation was the Wheel of Time series, and there was one guy who had it. 90% of the world thought that he was either full of himself or insane,
Yeah.
and there were points where once the uh, person from the past life started talking to him,
Mm.
where he just went, "Yep, that's it. I've finally gone insane. I've lost my mind." And that for like 3 books, it's him trying to figure out whether or not there is actually a voice in his head or he's just flat out gone insane while dealing with trying to save the world.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. See that is tastefully done.
Yeah, and like, sure, he does sometimes get a little bit of help from it, but the vast majority of the time he doesn't. And there's even a point where the voice in his head tries to take over.
Yeah. No, okay.
But yeah, like you said, that's well handled. The rest of it, not so much. What do you expect, Cancer? So, did you remember to try to keep the profanity out of the review, Sneaky?
I only have one profanity in there.
One profanity. All right, you're still PG, so.
I'm still rated T. Incest not cool. That's not how you use a semicolon. Reread your work, bruh. You messed up the usage of the grammar. Quite often. Let's see what else. What else? Oh yes, D. Don't use slashes
Did you criticize the fact that
in
he literally references
writing.
his character picture or his
Oh
author
yes,
picture in
F.
his story?
E.
Yeah, A B C D.
Don't reference your your story picture as a description.
Like, remind him that it's his author. His job is to tell us, not show us.
Show us, don't
Yeah.
tell
If you're
us.
going to do that, that needs to be an
No,
author's note
Sneaky,
at
he's
the
supposed to
end of
tell
the
us, not
story.
show. He's not supposed to, like, use a picture. Sure, a picture's worth 1,000 words, but you have infinite words, and it's your job to use those
But
words,
that's what
not
I'm
a
saying.
picture.
Show us, don't tell us. As in, don't just say, they won. Show us how they won.
Yeah, okay, but clarify that, because this guy's clearly not intelligent enough to understand the meaning behind what you're saying.
One profanity
Yeah.
per review is allowed.
One profanity per review. If you want one
My
profanity,
grade for you.
that'll be 99 cents extra.
FFF. You sicken me.
Gotta throw in at least one personal attack per.
Exactly.
One day, I really do hope you'll stop taking these fan fictions so personally.
Pipe dream.
Might as well just stop the stream forever. Anyway. Let's see. What else do we have here? We have more Ruby stories. More Ruby stories. More Ruby story. We got a Harry Potter story.
Oh God, is there like a Harry Potter Ruby crossover?
Yes, there are probably.
Ugh. It just seems like a bucket of. Ugh. How long did we spend on that story, by the way?
We spent an hour and 30 minutes.
We spent almost our entire stream on that one pile of garbage.
I tried warning you guys.
Max, we understand you tried warning us. That doesn't. It just.
So we got choices of Naruto, Harry Potter, Ruby and Naruto, Ruby, yeah, or Legend of Zelda and Ruby.
Let's take the last one. You know what we need, Sneaky? We need a wheel.
We do need a wheel.
Wheel of pain, wheel of shame, wheel of bad fiction.
Calvin, I hate to break it to you, but I have no idea about Detective Conan in the slightest, or DC Comics, or Sailor Moon, or Star Trek.
Hang on, let me go check what Detective Conan's episode is at.
I know what Detective Conan
would
is.
make a better sports commentator.
Oh, well, in case you guys were
Conan.
wondering, Detective Conan is on its 25th season.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, good.
Episode. I don't have time to go through 858 episodes to learn what Detective Conan is. I'm
no,
sorry,
yeah,
Calvin.
no, sorry. That's a bit too much for my canonometer.
That's not happening.
Oh, for crying out loud! So I'm looking at the reviews because I wanted to see what the full one of Sneaky's was. Someone on chapter 4. Here, I don't even want to say this out loud. I'm just gonna leave this here for Sneaky. You can go ahead and
let's
read
see what
this.
Bleach has for us. You know what? Let's spice it up.
Sure, but go ahead, just look at that.
Let's see.
My favorite part is in the second half
So
of
you
the
take
criticism.
away his awesome dragon slaying magic and replace it with guns. Asuka doesn't suit guns, and it's all too cringe to read. Also, the whole him being bi came out of no what the fuck. Well, I don't really care that he's bi. I probably won't read if Yahweh is included. I mean, yes, hey, fair enough. B, what?
It's your fanfiction. You may do with it as you will. But again, this is a problem I've always had when you fundamentally alter key aspects of the character, like which way they swing. Like, well, okay, you've significantly changed a massive portion of the character. Do you have any possible explanation for this, or is this just because you want to do it?
Oh, boy.
Okay, so eeny, meeny, miny, mo, my eyes are closed. Which one will I click on? This one. Rose by any other name. You're something. A boy, a girl, a stab wound. There are better love stories out there, but this is theirs. Rukia, Ichigo. No. Romance.
5,000 words.
Romance.
It's a 5,001
Off.
job.
No.
No.
Alright, so let's go with you. The Real Zangetsu by Skelly Turd. What would have happened if Ichigo met the real Zangetsu within the Shattered Shaft training? How would this have changed his life in the way he fought, the way he loved? How would meeting Zangetsu so early on change Ichigo's future? What would be the result if Ichigo had control over his hollow powers just after the Shattered Shaft training? So many options.
Well, Aizen would not have gotten away with the shit he did.
I was gonna say,
Actually,
literally. Okay, because it's been so long since I watched. Max, when was the Shattered Shaft?
That was literally the start.
yeah, I'm pretty certain
So
that
what
was
happened is right at the start
when
is the intro is, Hollow shows up, right? Rukia
Right.
is fighting it, loses, and he's like, I
Ichigo
can
tries to
see you. How
fight.
can I help? Just do whatever. Just let me help. And so she stabs him. He becomes a temporary Shinigami.
Right. No, I
Kills
remember all
it.
that. I remember the gist of it. I just don't remember what happened when.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, okay. All you
Like-
need to know about the Shattered Shaft is it's basically the training that Ichigo had to go through.
And then
Which
blah blah
set
to
of
blah. Shit
training?
where he was
He's
happens.
going.
gone through like a million training montages.
Okay, so
Max.
as I was
Okay, the
saying,
training he went through with Kisuke. That's what it
he
was.
went through a lot with Kisuke as
Okay.
well. Okay, so what happened is
No,
lost
that,
the
no, that's
powers.
the entire training.
In
That's
this
all of the training.
context, I understand what he's talking about. It's
Yeah.
the
His
training before
initial-
they went to Soul
Yeah, his
Society.
initial
Yeah.
training
Where
to
he
unlock.
originally re-got his Shinigami powers back.
Yeah,
And
and
that's
also
where his
the
hollow
first.
started.
That was our first glance at what visors were as well, technically.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Even though none of us actually knew that yet, but
Ah, yes, you've never seen Bleach. Do not worry, Calvin. You are not missing anything.
No. He's missing a good story up until the Eisen arc, at the end of the Eisen arc, and then
That's
it
true.
kind of. And then Shonen Jump
I was
told him
gonna
he
say-
had to keep going, and then told him, you know what, on second thought, fuck yourself, mate. You got 2 weeks to wrap this up.
I was gonna say
Uh,
he also is missing some pretty good fight scenes. That does need to be said, I think.
that's the great thing about the big three. They always have great fight scenes.
Comcast, what are you doing to me? Comcast, why?
'Cause fuck you.
Comcast, why do you do this to me? Alright, and we're back in the green. Excellent. Yep, okay. And there we go. Okay.
For a second, I thought you were about to say we had
stabilized.
7,000 viewers. I was like, you what?
Yes, we have 7,000 viewers!
I was about to accuse you of holding out on us with some of the good stuff.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, see, I actually bribed all the viewers to not talk to make it seem like Calvin is our only watcher.
Ah, of course.
You know we can actually see how many people are in here, right?
I'm aware.
And
now you can't! At least, I don't, maybe. It says, it says click here to disable viewer showing. So, I don't know if that stops you from seeing it, or it only stops me from seeing it.
clearly
It'd be funny
that's
if it
meant.
just stopped you.
Yeah, this is just for the streamer so that they
They don't get
don't
depressed.
yeah, this is to save them from depression
No,
and future
you
therapy bills.
see, Calvin, Xenon has left us. They've left a hole in our heart when they left, a Xenon-shaped hole. Which I'm not quite sure what that shape is, but it's shaped.
It's something.
It's a shape.
Anyway.
Anyway. Let me just link this to you folks.
I am surprised. There's only like okay. Oh, what if? Oh, no, there's only like 5 stories that correspond to the real Zangetsu search term.
Hmm.
Huh.
How are you doing down there, Kurosaki-kun?
Okay, again with that. Also, I know this is. I'm sure this isn't what the author intended, but by saying the real Zangetsu, all I can think about is, will the real Slim Shady?
Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up. Almost a lazy voice that belonged to a fishing hat wearing creepy shopkeeper as he peered down a huge hole within a vast open desert field. Within the hole was said Kurosaki-kun, and he wasn't exactly pleased. There was a minuscule chain attached to his chest that was dissolving at quite an alarming rate. Shit, shit, shit. Ichigo attempted to once again break the bonds that were keeping his arms tied behind his back, but he was once again disappointed to see that it was useless like always. Suddenly stabbing pain ran throughout his body at an alarming rate. He managed to point his eyes downwards towards the chain, and his eyes widened in panic. The chain was on its last buckle, and one more attack would mend his holification.
Men his hullification. Interesting.
In other words, his doom was near.
Really? I thought his doom was off on a nice cruise to the Bahamas.
What is it with people today misusing the fucking semicolon? That is another colon-based situation.
Colon-based situation.
Damn it! I need to get out of here now! Ichigo was about to try running up the wall again when suddenly... it just feels a little awkward that they're talking in first person for the thoughts. Like I said, I know it's probably not wrong, but I just feel it's a little bit awkward that they're talking in third person for what's occurring and him doing things, but they're talking in first person for the thoughts without even mentioning him thinking it.
Yeah.
So it's like a first person perspective when he's thinking, but it's third person for everything else.
Well, like, the show would occasionally give us insight into what people were thinking. That was pretty common.
Was it?
Yeah, we'd get internal monologues all the time.
I don't remember the eternal monologues in the manga.
They were most certainly in the manga.
I was gonna
Honestly,
say.
Bleach was one of those rare gems of an anime where they realized that um there's internal monologue that helps explain the situation a bit better and
Mhm.
actually gave voice to it. Like, imagine how much could have been sold in SAO if they'd have
See,
done
I
that in
just
certain
imagined
spots.
a massive number of monologues in Bleach, and I'm pretty sure I just stopped paying attention if they were internal or external.
Yeah, it sounds like you.
I can't blame you for that. But
Anyway,
yeah, no, we got the internal monologues
like I said,
quite
it just
often.
feels a little bit awkward. Like I said, I know it's fine. Just to me personally, it just feels awkward. But
Anyway,
if I was reading this story normally, I wouldn't be bothered that much by it. It would be a little thing of like, oh, no. That's a different way of doing it, I suppose.
but we're here to look at all the problems this author's caused.
So far, only one misspelling and one misuse of a punctuation mark.
So
Yeah,
they're not
yeah.
doing too horribly.
No.
Um, Honestly, just on the sheer fact that they're actually, I'm gonna double check that before I eat my words.
Indeed, you should.
I am getting the word counter ready.
Ichigo was about to try running up the wall again when suddenly the hole disappeared and he was standing on top of a skyscraper. He took a step back in shock as his eyes roamed the area. It looked like a city from where he was stood upon the
Oh,
roof.
this chapter is 1,000 words bigger than the previous.
Hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, but it's already less annoying.
Hello? Ah, there you are, Kingy. I have been waiting for you. Ichigo turned around to see something that made his eyes widen. I find it mildly amusing that they made his hollow his sword. And I was just like, when I
What
found
do
that
you
out,
mean?
So Zangetsu, the real Zangetsu is his hollow.
Well, no, the real Zangetsu is his hollow form and Zangetsu combined
Yeah.
into some weird motherfucker
Because
with
of
half a
how he
horn.
unlocked his powers and because how he nearly failed, the hollow power and his sword soul power thing kind of like merged.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Yeah.
And did they ever explain how the fact that he had like an almost hereditary Zanpakuto because his dad could do it, did the final Getsuga Tensho too, and then he actually lost his powers, but instead of just kind of losing them, he actually lost them.
Well, so did Ichigo.
Um,
Yeah, but Ichigo got his back, so that
Yeah,
doesn't
that
quite
yeah.
because
count.
bullshit, but we're ignoring that. No, he actually did genuinely lose his powers at the end of the Aizen arc.
I am aware that he
No,
did
he's
genuinely
Atten's
lose the
asking
powers.
why it's genetic. It's probably not all that
I don't
strange
think
to assume
it's.
that there probably is some hereditary involvement there.
I mean, maybe, but I would think it's less genetic and more just a family technique. You know?
No, but here's the thing: part of your Zanpakuto is part, it, kind of like Ruby. It's part of an expression of you.
But that's the thing though is it. It's I don't think it's one of his Zanpakuto powers. I don't know if they actually ever said that. Like I'm pretty sure they everyone thought it was, but I'm
No,
pretty
no,
sure he just gathers energy and swings it
Yeah,
forward.
no, I think
no.
Getsuga Tensho is just referred to as his Zanpakuto technique, not necessarily one that is only unique to Zangetsu.
But Zangetsu is the one who teaches it to him. Now, to be fair, that could just be him showing him how to use
But
something he
again,
already
but
had.
again, keep in mind it's not anything special. You know, it's literally him gathering energy on his sword and then flinging it forward. You know, it's not like doing a special effect. It's not, transforming anything. He's literally just gathering energy and swinging it forward in an arc. So
I'm
it's
aware of that.
entirely possible it's just an unknown technique that just was taught inside the family that Zangetsu the sword apparently knew.
But see, that's what I'm saying. But then why would the magic sword know it?
I don't know, because
Okay,
part of his soul
no,
came from his dad or something. I don't know.
okay, it looks like Getsuga Tensho is going from what the wiki explains when his father uses it, it's just a gathering of spiritual energy into
Yep,
your Zanpakuto and releasing it. So anyone
I
could
was right.
theoretically do this. So odds are it's one of those like the Zanpakutos instinctually know how to use it since they themselves are spiritual energy. So
Yep.
it might be just one of those odd things that was never
So
explained and it's
while
inferred.
janky that the Zanpakuto would know how to do it, and you could debate forever on how it knew. You
Yeah,
could it,
me.
it is very much a anyone could have done this technique, and
Yeah,
it just kind of didn't catch on, I guess.
yeah. Meanwhile, his dad is sitting on the equivalent of the eight gates.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, this is your only chance. Also, I gotta say, I found it hilarious that his dad still actually does have a good portion of his spiritual energy because he still can use his Shikai.
Hmm.
But because I guess he fucked up the initial final Getsuga Tensho
It's
because
possible,
he
yeah.
can't go. He says he can't go into Bankai anymore, and his spiritual pressure is fucked. He
Hmm.
can't fix it. It's
Yeah.
impossible for him to fix it now. So that means Ichigo is the only known successful user of the final Tensho.
I mean, you gotta keep in mind that Ichigo also had a body to go back to.
Well,
You
I mean,
know?
so did he.
No, and no,
Presumably,
his dad didn't. His dad was dead and was a Shinigami, like an actual one.
Yeah, his dad was an
yeah,
actual Shinigami.
yeah, yeah.
Um, Bleach has amazing moments, and then you sit down and really think about it and realize,
You sit
wow,
down and think about
So
it, and
it's
you're
like
like,
the
wait a
English
minute.
language. Just
clearly
don't
Bleach
think
was
about
in
it.
there. Clearly, Bleach was inspired by the English language.
Clearly. Anyway,
That would
the
explain why
copy.
there's so many exceptions to the rules.
The copy had bleach white hair, as well as alabaster pale skin, as well as white Shinigami robes. What the hell? What's wrong? It looks like you've seen yourself. That was terrible.
That's not the joke. That's not the joke. That's not the joke.
The copy's face adopted a huge grin. Yeah, I know, but I just had to say it. You're missing a comma. Ichigo sighed as he looked at his copy, his mind working in overdrive. So, who are you then? Who am I? I'm hurt. You can't tell who I am. A bad
Sneaky,
look-alike?
Sneaky, stop letting your brain do this to you. You're switching words now. You're actively switching words.
Yeah.
I told you I am dyslexic. Give me a fucking break.
Okay, Max, this could just be me not remembering. Was the inner Hollow always so poorly sassy?
Yes.
Like this isn't even good sass. This is just poorly done
No,
sass.
actually, it wasn't poor sass, Sneak. What do you want?
It was all levels of sass.
Yeah, it was all levels. It wasn't just poor sass. Like, he had his moments and he had his horrible fuck-ups, but for the most part, he was an insane piece of shit.
He was just sass. He is the pure embodiment of sass.
I'm not gonna lie, that was always one of my favorite bits. Man, you don't even know how to use your fucking sword right. Here, watch what I can do with the bandage. Why is that a thing? Why are you just swinging it? That's dangerous.
That's
is everyone
so
here
dumb.
retarded?
I was actually really disappointed when, like, it's like, oh, Ichigo used it, and he's never gonna use that again, is he?
Nope, he's never gonna use it again.
He's, I mean, I guess when you learn Getsuga Tensho, you technically don't need to be able to throw your sword anymore.
Spam it like nothing else.
But come on.
That is Ichigo's entire combat philosophy.
Gotta go fast.
A small frown appeared on the copy's face as Ichigo thought this. So you really don't know who I am. That's a real shame. I've been here, waiting for years upon years for you to get here. And when you do, you don't even know who I am. Ichigo's eyes softened as his copy's voice grew more somber. Oh, voice, I guess. More somber.
Either that or visage, but
Toward
either way,
the end
you're wrong.
of what he said, for some reason he felt a pull on his soul for him to find out who this lookalike was. It was calling to him, the need to find out. Here's an idea, King. Why don't you take a quick look around and try to figure out where we are in the first place?
Coruscant, the city of skyscrapers.
Clearly
that's
Coruscant.
where we are. Yep.
Ichigo nodded towards his copy, ignoring the fact that it called him king, which disturbed him slightly. Taking a deep breath, Ichigo turns around and
That's what's disturbing him. You have seen literal soul-eating monsters. You currently have a demon chain attached to your chest that is trying to eat itself. But some dude who looks like an albino version of you calling you king is what's freaking you out, boy.
It'd freak me out too, mate.
It is indeed the training scene from The Matrix. Then walks to the edge of the building to look around. What he saw made him lose his breath. Below the building was a massive amount of water. So deep that Ichigo couldn't see far into it. Littered within the water were other skyscrapers that were all exactly similar in size and structure. He also looks towards the sky and was surprised to see nothing but a white sky with no clouds in sight. He cast his eyes back to the other skyscrapers, and his eyes widened when he saw a figure in a black cloak on a flagpole across from him. But before Ichigo could say anything, the figure disappeared, as well as the pole. What? All of these things made no sense whatsoever, so Ichigo pondered on what all this meant.
Well, at least we've cleared that up.
Well, he was until he felt an intense pain within his chest. Later, Calvin.
Goodbye, Calvin.
Oh. Goodbye.
Ichigo, although... Oh crap, the last part of the chain is eroding. Quick, you have to figure out who I am before we are all lost. Ichigo, although he was another comma, this is another instance of commas needed. Although he was in intense pain, managed to turn around and looked at his copy. It would just be look, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Xenon was here the whole time. Just ever so silent.
He's also turned into a robot.
Yeah.
And Sneaky's turned into a Kappa.
I was gonna say, at least if he doesn't have a soul, he can't feel the pain of
A
this garbage.
kappa kappa a kappa kappa a Azuzase.
Oh,
Ah.
just came back.
Just came back just in time.
Good.
Okay,
missed
so
some
this
stuff.
place makes no sense. Everything here is impossible to be real. Well, there is a white look-alike of me. I was previously in a hole attempting to summon my Shinigami powers. That's it! Ichigo's eyes widened as he rushed towards his copy. You're my Shinigami powers, specifically my Zanpakuto. The look-alike's face brightened at Ichigo's revelation. You're right about that, Kingy. Now listen carefully, cause I'm going to give you my name once, and only once, and before I do, I need to say something to you. What? Hurry up, please. I kind of don't want to die here. Don't trust the man in the black cloak. Not until you figure yourself out.
I mean, so far this is a relatively interesting story idea. Like,
Yeah, no, it's decent.
he's just like canon. What? Like everything here makes perfect sense. It's just, hey, what if the hollow got to him first?
Indeed.
Yep.
What do you mean? What man? You mean the man I saw just before? Who is he? He isn't important right now. Now, Kingy, never surrender, for that's what cowards do. Never hesitate, for that will dull your blade. Protect the ones you love, for that reveals true strength. Take my blade and say my name, Zangetsu.
That does not sound at all like the hollow.
No, that he pretty much just had the Quincy say all. Let's see, he pretty much just had the Hollow say all of the Quincy Powers lines.
Like here's the thing: if he had just stuck with never surrender, for that's what cowards do, and something along the lines of never back down, I'd been like, yeah, you know what? That perfectly fits that insane motherfucker who's always just looking for a fight.
Yep.
A massive surge of Ryatsu sprouted from the hole Ichigo is located within. The pillar of white Ryatsu struck the ceiling of the seemingly endless chasm Ichigo is training in.
Chasm, not chasm.
It's a chasm if I say it's a chasm.
You're wrong, and you're stupid.
The man known as Urahara watched on in anticipation. If Ichigo had turned into a hollow, then he had to deal with it, no matter how guilt he would have felt.
No matter how guilt he would have felt. Well,
I am feel
they also
sarcasm
lost their grammar
right
store.
now. However, another comma instance, it seemed that the worry that Urahara had was unneeded, as something flew out of the pillar of Ryatsu and crashed into the ground, creating a massive amount of smoke, enough that Urahara had to cover his eyes. Why would that worry be eased if he flew out of the hole?
Yeah.
I just want to point out, by the way, that pillar of Ryatsu is still going then.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
If
that's
he
still
flew out-
going.
Yes. It's still
Where is
going.
this
I know.
unlimited spiritual energy coming from?
It's
I
coming
know.
from Ichigo's plot armor!
I understand Hat and Clogs had some pretty impressive, armoring, shielding, or whatever it was down there, but I'm pretty sure a giant death laser of solid energy would break through it pretty quick.
It's a death laser of fuck you!
Can we get a crack fic where the only thing Ichigo learned from this training was how to make pillars of Reiatsu, and that's it? It's all he can do?
All Ichigo can do is cast Soul Stream. That's it.
No, he can't even cast that. It's just the physical pillar, right where he's standing. That's it. That's all he can do.
Boom! Boom! Boom!
No, while Aizen is slowly floating up and away, just step underneath it. Bonk! Well, that solves that problem.
Oh, that would actually be a great moment. Well, shit, he's getting away. What do we do? Hang on, I got this. Fucking you do, kid.
Like,
Oh,
the.
all right.
Just imagine though, because they have Ryatsu work similar to chakra in that like every time you use it, you get stronger. If he's doing like the most intensive possible thing ever, creating a giant pillar of Ryatsu, literally he would just become absurdly powerful extremely quickly.
Oh, God.
Like it would just be exponential.
Like by the time we get to the final Quincy Return of the Quincy arc, the king is just like, so you got to hand over that power yet? Wait, where are your hollow power? Where's your
Boom, boom, boom.
How did you get this far? Boom. Okay.
Armstrong flex.
Like I want some bullshit about God, you guys didn't. I assume you both just ignored Bleach after the Aizen arc.
Pretty much.
No,
maybe a bit of the full brain.
I mean,
I
I
got through
read
the
up
entire-
until the king. Don't get me wrong. I kept reading. I just choose to ignore
okay.
everything that happened after.
Okay.
I finished the Fullbringer arc, and that was where I was like, that's it. I don't care if it keeps going. I'm ending my personal journey here.
Because the king's ability is bullshit.
Oh, I know it's bullshit.
I can just change fate. Wait, how does that work? It just does. Wait. We actually have a villain with a legitimately broken power. Yes. Oh, Ichigo could actually lose. Of
Nope.
course. Of course, this is how we end it.
How did they end it? I don't care, so spoil away. Hey,
I'd have to bring it back
listening.
up. I just remember being very disappointed because it's like that we could have had a legitimately good scene, and then the very next chapter when we learned that Shonen Jump told the author to go fuck himself.
Oh, lovely. Okay. Anyway, back to the story of why Urahara's should not be suddenly not
calm
about this. It took a
There was
few
one good
minutes
thing that
for
came
the
out of
smoke to clear, and when it did, Urahara was dumbstruck. In the middle of where the smoke was stood Ichigo Kurosaki, wearing Shinigami Shihakusho, with a
that's how they
strange
ended it.
red band coming over his shoulder and around his waist. But that wasn't what made Urahara's blood go cold. It was the white mask with a strange black pattern that worried him. It resembled a hollow mask, just a bit too much for his tastes.
Yep.
Alright. Well, we're almost out of time. Why don't we just speed through this to see if it's any good?
Yeah, we might Fanfiction Tuesday
so-
this.
So far, it's passable at least.
Yeah,
I might
yeah,
just
that's
read
what
this
I'm saying.
one
I mean,
time.
beyond minor grammatical errors, yeah, no, it's definitely passable.
Like, the writing is fine. The entire concept is both interesting and plausible.
Yeah. Why do you look so surprised? Broken from his musings. Ichigo took off the mask. He was relieved. Something is wrong with Zangetsu. I'm gonna check what's up. I'll be back in a few. Began meditating. What are you doing? Please be quiet. I can't enter my inner world. You can already enter in your world. Open one eye in annoyance. Easy. Zangetsu told me about it during the time it took the smoke to clear. Now shut up. I need to check on him. Okay, I mean, still we're mostly in character, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I mean everything's in character, although, yeah, I mean it's
I,
certainly in
I
character.
I believe this is the part where it makes or breaks the story. Because now we're
Yeah,
confronting the Hollow.
yeah. All
Once
right.
Ichigo entered his inner world, started seeing Zangetsu fighting a humanoid lizard creature. The creature stood on two legs but had a huge tail. The monster looked weedy, no muscles. What got Ichigo's attention was the black hole, a hollow in here. How? Easy one, King. Just as you spoke my name, your chain link dissolved and you turned into a hollow. Zangetsu ducked from his hollow slash respond, blah blah blah. A snap kick into the hollow's face slash mask. Noted how the hollow is attacking sloppily. Attacks that if they connected would cause massive damage, but they were easily able to dodge. But why am I not hollow and why is this thing here? The only answer I got is because you summoned me the same time you turned. They countered each other. You became both Shinigami and Hollow. Ichigo didn't know how to handle this information. What you fighting, King? Have you already given up? I'm just thinking what we can do to save ourselves from the Hollow. My idea, but you're not gonna like it. Anyways, do we have any questions? No, no questions for you, Xenon. We'll keep working on the idea, and we might comment on it later.
Quick one,
Yep.
look around. What have you got in mind? I imagine if we need to beat it, be able to absorb it, thus destroying it and giving us an extra amount of power. Sanpokto was saying absorbing a hollow is a good idea. Are you mad? Do you have any idea what will happen if we'll do that? Of course I don't, you moron. What other choice? If we leave it alone, it will continue damaging the
Okay,
world.
so, that does excuse why earlier he was acting differently than the murder-happy self.
Because apparently there's now 3 versions of it. There's the hollow version, there's the hollow, there's
Quincy.
Quincy.
Yeah, old man
No,
Zangetsu was his Quincy powers.
I trying
wait,
to
he had
remember if that's true or
Quincy
not.
power? When the
Okay,
His
'Cause
mom.
remember, I
okay.
didn't.
His mother was a Quincy. His father was a Shinigami. His mother was
Attacked
attacked
by the
by a
Kingfisher,
Hollow.
Right,
Yeah.
I know that.
and they
No,
used...
no.
Yes.
Kingfisher happened after. It was a different Hollow that attacked her while she was pregnant with Ichigo.
Are you sure?
No, it was. I'm pretty sure it was
Yeah.
Kingfisher
I'm
because
almost
he wanted
positive it was
No,
Kingfisher.
Kingfisher was who killed his mother in front of his eyes.
Yes! That was the second time he attacked her.
Yeah, pretty
I
sure. Look,
don't.
it's beside
Anyway,
the point.
so Hollow attacks his mom. She's infected, but Quincy and Hollow don't get along, and it's killing her. So Urahara uses the husband's Shinigami powers to suppress the Hollow. She gets pregnant with Ichigo. The Hollow moves on to him. He also gets Quincy powers from his mom and Shinigami potential from his dad.
Right.
Old Man Zangetsu is the Quincy powers. He was supposedly suppressing the other two or something because the Zanpakuto sort of merged with the Hollow off screen or something, I guess. At least that's what this
Okay.
author is implying. Is that while Ichigo was with the Quincy powers and he was suppressing both of them, they kind of like merged together off screen.
Okay, but what happened in the actual canon? That's
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. In actual canon, he meets the Quincy powers. The Quincy powers pretends to be his Zanpakuto.
Right. That makes no sense at all because it actually functions everything just like a Zanpakuto. But okay, whatever.
Well, no, he was pretending that he was the spirit representing the Zanpakuto. The Zanpakuto slash Hollow, that was the mirror version but white Ichigo, knew it was the Zanpakuto, and that the Quincy powers were pretending to call themselves the Zanpakuto, but never
And
bothered
didn't
to correct him.
Okay. Whatever. Why?
Yeah.
Okay. But so
Um,
then, was the Bankai a result of the Quincy?
the Quincy powers had nothing to do with his Bankai or Shikai
Okay.
or anything. He was just pretending to be the Zanpakuto.
Why?
Because in his own words, it was like, because I didn't think you were ready, or I was trying to protect you, or something like that.
Oh, the typical normal stupid bullshit.
Yeah.
Man, I'm glad I stopped watching the show when I did, because I can just forget all about that after the stream is over and go back to my relatively good memories of the show.
But anyway, yeah, no, so the author's explaining now how the Hollow slash Zanpakuto merge occurred
Yeah,
on screen instead
yeah,
of off screen implied as it was in canon.
which I'm totally fine with.
We have a Hollow to kill, dumbass. Go on and summon me. I summon you, Zangetsu. Hey, Hollow. We messed up big time. Me and King aren't over here. Some tipping. Please kill ya. How tough is this skin? Just keep killing it. Hey, that's my signature move. If you thought that was powerful, just wait until you find out its name, oh boy. Will that give you a treat? Oh, what's its name? You're not getting that out easily. You have to prove yourself to me before I give the name to you. Fair enough. Hollow standing up. I call hacks. Oh crap, this is Cero. I do know that King is on Pakto. I have your memories. Get ready to dodge. I hear you loud and clear. Catch it. No, don't. Stop. What? Both Ichigo and Zangetsu turn to see a middle-aged man with shades and a black cloak standing behind them. Before anything can be said, Zangetsu had always swung his blade at the man's neck. He simply ducked. Listen, I'm
Grab the
not your
bones
enemy. Bullshit, you tried to stop me from contacting Ichigo, hence making him a hollow. Hell, we wouldn't even have this hollow problem if you haven't delayed me. Is that true? The man nodded. I didn't want you to get into danger to become a Shinigami. Would make me a hollow, would make me a bit more dangerous. You understand? Because you have become a Shinigami, you have been dragged into a battle you can't hope to win. What are you talking about? It's nothing. The blah. Why do you stop us from chasing the hollow? It's simple. You can use the hollow as a great source of power. That's what we're trying to do, you moron. No, you fool. You were trying to absorb an tier 3 hollow, an incredibly weak one at that. If you were to fully absorb it, the power increase would be minuscule compared to the power you could gain from it. What do you mean? If you were to become if you were to let it become stronger in your soul, then defeat it, the amount of power you would gain would be far greater. Well, that's just great. Let's let the hollow go around. We can't kill a genius. Why do you think? Oh, because it's stupid as hell. The only thing
I
if
mean,
I said
okay, I'll
fully
say
absorb
this:
it.
that line specifically right there, that feels pretty in character for the.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. So basically what the author's implying is the more murderous stuff, the sass and sarcasm is 100% the Zanpakuto, but the more murderous aspect is
Well, I
the
was gonna
hollow.
say, I mean, that I can actually agree with because
Yeah.
it's rare, but we see Ichigo display a decent level of snark and sarcasm throughout the show when he's not actively trying not to die.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's perfectly fine. I get that. And then the murder happiness just being a result of well,
Yeah,
the
the merge.
murder happy hollow.
Can you tell me if
That
I'm
makes
a
perfect
fool?
sense.
What difference does that make? Those arms hold the hollow's power. If you want to absorb them, you would gain power that could keep you safe. How would you know that work? I don't, but if it does, then think how you abuse this as a source of power. I hate to admit it, but the Shades has the right idea, Kingy. If we were to absorb the arms, our power would grow by a big amount. See, you say big, but then you're talking about a small amount, and right there, as I'm calling like consistency bullshit, but
Yeah.
I'll forgive it because he's been pretty good so far.
Yeah.
People are getting so fucking butthurt over a comment I made on a video.
We'll deal with that later. Come on, let's finish this.
Yeah, no. Well, then, might as well give it a shot. Headed towards the arms. Each gear turns towards the man. Come on, I'm getting anxious. I'm coming. Result was immediate. Zangetsu Ryatsu grew. It increased by at least a quarter of what it was. A white substance started to grow on the left side of his face. Ichigo was worried. It looked like a hollow mask. However, only half the face. The mask stopped when it crawled over the left eye, turning the pupil yellow and the lens pitch black. correct me if I'm wrong. Lens is not the correct word there. Sclera. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah. No, well,
Hmm.
because it's a mask, because of the way that the hollow mask works, the best thing to say would be an eyepiece, like Spider-Man, because the 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 quote unquote lenses on Spider-Man's mask are.
That's true. That's true. However, I think he's talking about the eye itself.
Well, I mean, if he's talking about the eye itself, then yes, it should be sclera.
Anyway, it's a minor thing.
Yeah.
Either it's covering the eye and it's a black and yellow thing, or it's changing the eye and it's black and yellow. We still get the intended meaning either way.
Yeah.
This is awesome. I feel great. Are you alright? Are you asking me why not give it a shoot? Why not give it a shot yourself? How am I supposed to like this? Remove the mask from his face. His eye returning to its previous color. So yeah, I was right. He is talking about the
Yeah.
eye.
Yeah.
And in front of his face and slashed downward, the red Ryatsu following motion covered the face. Mask was back and the power boost with it. So the power boost attached to the mask, and I feel no different. If you insist, took a deep breath, raised the mask. The half mask formed, but this one had a red stripe pattern. Zangetsu whistled. How do you feel? I feel great, at least a quarter amount stronger than I was before. If we keep absorbing this hollow thing, we'll be strong in no time. And we'll save Rukia in no time. Hey King. Don't hope when we only know it's true, because I'm with you all the way. Sounds like a plan.
Feel sorry. Blah blah blah. He's awake. Damn it.
So why do you
Shut
keep
up.
doing that? Surroundings, shut up your ass. How long are we out? Let's begin training. What major things can do for you? You have an incredible amount of Ryatsu. I can tell by how your cane is vibrating in anticipation.
Oh,
Narrowed
goodness
slightly.
me.
Maybe you're right. How would I prove that? Simple. Cut my hat. You might not say that later. It cut off as Ichigo reached over his shoulder and swung Zangetsu toward Urahara, pumped a large amount of Ryatsu into his blade, and grimmed when a massive surge of bright blue Ryatsu flew to Urahara. Shield.
Standing behind the shield.
Sense of presence behind him, shocked to see Ichigo standing there with his hat on his head and massive smirk. Why, it seems you're too busy mocking me to notice the attack was simple distraction to get the hat. It's a comfy hat, by the way. I might keep it now. By all... That'd be a definitely a different image change for Ichigo.
Yes, but you know what? I think we could work with it.
I
Just
can,
dress it up as.
I can live with that.
I mean, come on, think about how different all the scenes in Soul Society would be if he showed up to every fight wearing Kisuke's hat. Where did you get that hat?
Also, you gotta add the piece of wheat.
Oh yes,
The wheat is vital.
but can you imagine that shows up to fight I can't remember his name. Annoying man, Rukia's older brother.
Yes.
That hat. I demand that you tell me where you got that hat. Ichigo, would you calm down, dude? It's a hat.
Anyway, you've improved. Otherwise, you aren't gonna survive. Don't worry. I'm ready for anything you throw at me. And you have improved. This calls for drastic measures. Bankai. Line
No,
break 10
no,
days later. Ooh. I'll accept it because I'm pretty sure they did that in canon.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back. My dad's truck alarm just went off.
That's fine. We're basically done here anyway.
Make sure to take a gun with you.
Frankly, gobsmacked at how far he's improved in the last 10 days. I don't think gobsmacked is the right in-character phrasing there, but
From Urahara?
nah, I feel like anything Urahara would have been like, yeah, I don't think gobs. This is just me, but
Yeah,
I
no,
just
you're
don't
right.
think
Gobsmack's a
gobsmacked.
bit out there, but
Like maybe if it had been like
shocked,
flabbergasted,
surprised.
amazed,
Yeah, amazed, yeah.
astonished.
Cat ear switching, how so? I'm just how strong is Ichigo? Ichigo broke all of my expectations on day 2, and then continued every other day. Every absorbed strength like a Ryasu sponge. How strong is he? It scares me at the end of 5th day. He was strong as most of the Fuku Taichos. And 8th day, stronger than all of them. learning everything 4 times over and gaining 4 times as much power than before.
No idea, blah, blah, blah.
I mean, technically he could. It's almost like he's. Yeah, I get what the author's implying is every aspect of him is learning it a different way.
Yeah.
Okay.
On par with the weakest captains. I'm not telling you that, but I am telling you it's on par with all of the captains except for a few. See, what's the point of it? Like, unless the author handles this really well, he's gonna have a power creep problem by the end of this. By the end of the Serite arc.
Yeah. Yeah, he will.
Like he literally hasn't even gotten Bankai yet, and you're already saying it was okay because.
Okay,
Like,
I
when
think
they were
he's
like-
about to touch on this.
Okay, line break. What are you telling me? What am I telling you?
Your power is growing fast, too fast in 10 days, so the level of growth is freakish. Something has to be wrong with you. Maybe something wrong with you. I'm too good looking to have anything wrong with me. You realize your exact copy, but I'm all the good colors. You're just pure white. Don't go hating on white.
Okay. I was gonna say,
1488.
so far this is okay. We're getting nowhere. And maybe I can be of assistance. You pulled the stick out of his ass. It's bigger than I expected. Congrats, Shade. All right. That's a great line. That's a great line.
That was fantastic indeed.
You're an idiot, Sword. Call me Sword again. Dare you? I double dare you. Very well, sir. That's enough.
I know why your power is growing. It's simple. It's because of you, Pale One. I don't get it. Of course you don't. The reason why each go is growing at an alarming rate is because you yourself are.
What? Everything
Okay, yeah.
learns, you learn. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. How does this happen? Remains a mystery.
Growth, or we have to stay in the same point. Very much the case for other Shinigami, but you knew Shigami, Kurosaki, Kun, Shed, the infamous was blah. Remains a mystery to me. Only possible answers are the Hollow's fault.
Benefiting.
Not because he was surprised that the Hollow had other effects on his powers, but he forgot all about the Hollow. That reminds me, where is the thing? Our Hollow powers haven't increased at all that day. We can only form half a mask and only last 5 minutes. You see, the Hollow is also benefiting from this strange growth. Don't tell me. I'm afraid you're right. If you doubled power, your power would be showing now. The Hollow itself is also growing as strong as both of you, but that isn't the shocking news. As you said yourself before, quintupled. No, there's 3 of you. Who do you believe is the 4th?
I gain the same amount of strength. It seems that.
Okay, so I did call it. I was right when I called it.
No, I mean you are, but
Yeah.
there's no way that Mr. Flagpole's as strong as me. I'm here to tell you something else. Please no, I don't think I can take. I will assist you in a very important battle. Oh, thanks. Disappearing, no way. Gonna go now. Bye. Line break 3 days later. You've got to stop doing that. Cat talking cat. Deeper voice than your dad. Fucked. You're still with us. Yeah, I'm here. You shouldn't separate me from my human body. Poke. Blah blah blah. That always creeps me out. You ready? I was born ready. Kusaki Ichigo, just what are you? Okay, yeah, I mean, I'd be willing to give Chapter 2 a read. I'll probably be in a more receptive frame of mind when I'm not tired from dealing with all that, disgusting bullshit that we dealt with today.
Yeah, so I'm gonna leave a review. Needs more work in terms of grammar and some misspellings, but still interested in where you take it.
Yeah. Because the thing is, like, the reason that, unlike some stories that we might have passed over, other stories that we might have passed over for that are, about as poorly written as this, with things that annoyed us, is because...
Well, no, hold on. This isn't that poorly written.
No, but I'm saying, combined with some things that may have annoyed us,
Yeah,
all the line breaks and a little bit of the poor grammar. The reason we're going to continue to read this one is because, and this is an incredibly important thing to note, the core concept was interesting.
Yeah, like I've always said, the what if is the most important factor for me in any story. And the story does wonderfully at explaining it, and it does a great job at following through with the idea. Now, obviously, I'm questioning the author's intent when he was like, all right, they're gaining super powerful rates, speed because they absorbed the hollow, and I'm doing as much hand waving as the original canon author did in Bleach. But obviously I question that, but it's not going to make me put down the story because the core idea, like you said, is still valid. It is still interesting.
I would say, but, and this is important. This is an important caveat. It's not going to make us put down the story yet, because if this just becomes Ichigo destroying everyone in the Soul Society and going on about how powerfully it that's going to get boring real quick.
Well, like I said, he is on the path to corrupting the what if, because the what if was what if he met his Zanpakuto instead of his Quincy masquerading as the Zanpakuto. Which is a valid question. Concept... What if that happened? Well, I mean, it would, as the author is indicating, the absorption between the Zanpakuto and the Hollow wouldn't occur, so you wouldn't have a hybrid going on there, and you still have a sane Zanpakuto willing to help you for free because it's your Zanpakuto.
Yeah,
but
certainly
would that change things? Yes, certainly. The corruption occurs when he's like, oh well, they're going to absorb it piece by piece and gain power through that. And that was like, okay, that's minor corruption. That's a minor deviation from your question. But the whole, oh, everyone's learning it a different way, so therefore they're all gaining power at a 4 times rate. That's where you're like, okay, I'm starting to get wary of this. Where are you going with this,
Because, like I said before, especially if for no other reason other than power creep,
yeah.
Now, of course, Kisuke could be wrong, and certainly he could still lose because of a lack of experience.
I mean, yeah, you got to keep in mind that Urahara has not had any contact with Soul Society for decades.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Urahara could be wrong, or he could easily still lose fights to less powerful opponents.
He could be surprised. He could be overtaken. He could overestimate his strength. He could underestimate his strength. There's plenty of ways for him to lose battles still. But
the stream ended.
No,
almost.
Not. We're
but it's very important
about the chapter.
But it's very important that he keeps a close eye on that because Ichigo needs to continue to lose. Otherwise, this just becomes
a power wank. Yeah,
it just becomes a power wank. And while some people like that, that's not enjoyable for most readers.
And that's see, there is. I'm not going to say I dislike power ranks. They're enjoyable to read if done well. But the way the author portrayed the story in the summary indicated it wasn't going to be so much as a power rank, but a more of a what if.
And that's the important thing is the what if is what we came for, not the power. If it turns into a power wank, but he still keeps the what if being interesting, we'll probably still stick around.
Like if it's like, oh yeah, Ichigo got a lot stronger, a lot quicker, and learned his techniques, or got better control of his abilities, like that's still believable because now he's actually has a direct line with his Zanpakuto, and he's working with his actual Zanpakuto and not the Quincy masquerading as it. So it's to be expected that he's going to get better control over it quicker.
Yeah.
However, there's a difference between I am learning this faster and I am One Punch Man now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, with that concludes the stream. Welcome, goodbye, farewell, annihilation be upon you. Fanfiction Tuesday, the Electric Boogaloo signing.